Hey guys, so on this episode of Make It with Calvin, I'm going to take you through the process of me assembling some Etsy orders, as well as talk a little bit about my methodology for what I pre-cut and what I keep in stock. So let's dive into it. So a quick, really fast sales pitch for the Etsy shop here. If you are by any means interested in any of the kits that I'm going to feature in this, or any of the digital files that I have for sale, feel free to check out the Etsy shop. Zero obligation to buy anything. If you don't see anything that you like, that's perfectly fine. I'd rather you save that money and spend it on something that you really want. So there's my real quick sales pitch. Let's actually dive into how I do things. Now, when it comes to what I physically keep in stock and what I keep as a cut to order item, the two criteria are efficiency and can I store it in my bins? And by bins, I have these small plastic trays, bins, whatever you want to call them, that live above the laser, and they store various items, not just wood parts. I have some leather luggage tags, I have some leather discs, the heat set inserts, a couple of model train items. But the main point is, as time goes on with the various kits, my hope is that I can kind of propagate out the various items into there and go from there. Now, for certain items, their size and the fact that they are a lesser ordered item definitely determines if they're going to live in the bin or not. Case in point, my engine sheds, except for the end panels and the door molding, if you will, the rest of that doesn't fit in the bins. So those are specifically a cut to order item. Also, there's a couple of variations with one door on the end or two doors, two different lengths, and you can also order it with or without windows. So yeah, that kind of precludes putting it into the bins. That isn't to say that I won't keep spare parts around in case I'm cutting and there's a knot in the wood the laser can't cut through. But that's something I will usually cut out of scrap wood, so that's another story. Also, I've been able to figure out how to cut everything I need for the main body, sans the detail parts and the roof panels, which are cut from 16-inch plywood. I can do all of that from one sheet of wood. So in that regard, it's just more efficient that way. Now when it comes to things like my ON30 Western kits, where I have both flat buildings and what I call full buildings, flats being just this, and a full building having a back wall and two sides and a roof for the back of it. Those are parts that I can store in the bins, and the back walls, side walls, and roof don't care what the front panel is as long as it's compatible. So those are something that I will run a whole bunch of in one batch and then just pick the parts out as I need them. It's more efficient that way. What I'll usually do is run 4 different styles of a front panel in one go on the laser and just keep those in stock because usually it's a 1 or 2 item order. It's not, oh yes, I want 15 of this one style, where if I got that, I would definitely cut those to fit that order. Lastly, there are tiny items like these front roof supports, which definitely are better done with the scrap wood. Now, obviously, when I'm cutting this out, I'm going to have scrap here, here, and here, and it just so conveniently happens that I could actually fit one of these inside there if I really wanted to. Now, do I do that? No, but if I wanted to, I have that capability. Usually, I'll just cut these with the leftovers around the edge of a piece of wood, or if I've cut out a personal project and I have a decently sized piece, I'll just very quickly create a file that fits in there, throw it in the laser, cut them out, and I feel like it's a bit more efficient than just disposing of the piece of wood with a bunch of usable stock on it. So that's how I personally do things. Now, the one thing I will say is I always try to keep at least 2 or 3 pieces of wood, full-size sheets, on hand at all times. So just in case I get a large order in or I need to make something that I'm low on, I know I've got it so I can maintain a good turnaround in the shop. Now, while I keep my turnaround times a little bit higher than what they actually are, I have that more or less as a buffer just in case I get multiple orders in and I don't have time to get to it until, say, the weekend, or a holiday or something like that. I'm not running around in a panic mode at midnight trying to cut things. I got the wrong file. Oh no, I'm out of wood. You get the idea. So I hope you guys found this helpful for how I personally run things. Obviously, everybody's going to be different, but I'll conclude the video with some shots of the laser cutting out a couple of kits and me putting together the kits. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you here next time on Make It with Calvin.